Okay, so welcome back. This is the third video. In the first one, we went on that scavenger hunt and we talked about auto grabbing and we talked about braking and boosting and what else did we talk about? How to initiate your emote, show people that you're fire, as the kids say. And then in the second one, we talked a little bit. It was a very short video, but we just really talked about physics in this game, how things work when you slap off an object softly versus really slap off an object. This one, we are inside of the launch lobby, as I'll call it. Inside, ready to join a game. You're going to be in here for 1 minute prior to game. This is where you can meet your team. They'll spawn from behind you and they'll be around here as well, more likely bouncing off of these little cubes. They'll be doing all that stuff or punching. There you are. That's you, but imagine you, blue. Okay, so inside of the launch lobby, if you remember the scavenger hunt for the posters we went on, I'm talking to you now. There are 2 more posters in this room as well. There's one. This teaches you how to launch out of the tunnels behind us, okay? Hold and press to launch, then release to joust. Well, remember that. We're about to go do that. Then there's this one here, which also teaches you a little bit more of an advanced technique. I'll say like an intermediate technique, right around level 15 to 20 is where you're going to start really picking this up. Push off of others for extra speed. Okay, wait. Yes, you can push off of others for extra speed, but in the same way that you can push off of them here, that you could push off an object here if they're standing still, right? So again, going back to those physics, if a player is moving toward me and I push off of them, I gain a momentum boost, so I will go a little bit faster. But that causes a lot of confusion out there with one of the things we're going to be discussing in this series called boost priority. All right, so for now, yes, this exists, but it doesn't exist. We don't see this right now, okay? But you're going to see it as I'm looking around the room, so I wanted to show it to you so you don't say, oh, you missed one. No, it's there, but we're not paying attention to it just yet because there's some caveats that come along with push off of others for extra speed. Okay. That beeping that you hear comes from private matches. This console wants me to hit team ready, but I'm not gonna because I have unlimited time out there. Okay, let's go into these tubes here. Now, when you're here with 3 people, you may be thinking, well, if each of us take a different tube, we cover different angles and we'll have a better coverage out in the arena. Yes and no. That works if the other team is also doing the same thing and you know which tube they're coming out of. Because if I'm launching 2-1-5 and they're launching 5-4-3, these 2 guys out of 1 and 2 are nowhere near where 4 and 3 are going to be. It's weird. So what a lot of us, actually what all of us do, I'm going to say 99.9% of players do, is we all pick a tunnel to launch out of. All 3 of us launch out of the same tunnel. Okay? You know how you can grab onto things? You're going to pick the same tunnel and you're going to hold on to the lead man. Okay? Let's go take a look at what the lead man's job is going to do. If you're second or third, your job is to hold on for right now. Hold on. Just use your auto grab, and unless lead man here does some crazy stuff, you won't get knocked off. Just hold on to the lead man. If you're the lead man, let's go to launch tube 2, which, as you'll find from playing, is the most popular tube to launch out of. In launch tube 2, you have the ring. It's like a Stargate, except it only has one symbol and only takes you 20 feet away. you may think that, I mean, obviously these hands, okay, I'll put my hand on it, grab it, and that thing lights up. Now, the moment you come in this tube, it actually won't say launch, it'll say wait. And the first time you come in, you'll have a 15-second countdown. So you'll float up here, you'll put your hand on one of the hand symbols, and this will say wait, and you'll hear a man counting down from 15 to 1. Now on this ring, you can place your hand anywhere, okay? Wherever is comfortable for you. If you're left-handed, if you're right-handed, you don't have to touch one of these hands. You can just place it wherever you want to. Okay, even if you want to touch the outside rim, that's fine too. Make contact with this ring as the lead man. And now whenever you're ready, you touch launch. I'm not ready yet. But actually, you know what? And it's gonna move. And it's gonna send you out here at 6 meters a second. Okay. Let's get back. Now what you can do, and what you should be doing, is once you get to this point here, when he's counting down from 15 and this says wait, just stick your hand in there. Just leave it in there. If you ever play with me, and I hope you do, add me on Oculus, and we can definitely private around. That'd be fun. My hand is always in there and it's shaking. I generally have shaky hands. That's really just me. So my hand is in there and I shake it like crazy to mask. Otherwise, it does that, and I'm a little self-conscious about it. So stop! Don't make fun of me. But just stick your hand in there, and the moment it hits 1, boom, you'll be launching. Okay. Now you can just do that. Hold on, and it's gonna kick you out and get your 6-ish meters a second of boost. Or I submit another option, and this is what we're now talking to the level 15. You know, maybe around level 5, you'll start picking up a sense that this is possible, and then by 15, you'll just be doing it like crazy. So we'll just introduce the concept early, see if it takes hold, and there's going to be a level 1 out there who's just going to kick everyone's ass. Okay, so while you're holding down to this, you know how you can push off of objects. And as I talked about on that second poster, physics and momentum change when we do that off of moving objects. Well, let's see if I can... Okay, so how that disc is, or this ring is moving, what if we were to push off of that while it's moving? So you remember how we were at 6 meters a second, right? Just by touching this and letting it kick us off. Well, if we hold on to it and we push launch, if this is the ring, we're going to pull, or pardon me, we're going to push right off of that ring. We're going to hit it and then push off of it. But again, look in the direction you want to go. Watch what my speed does then. 9.9 meters a second. You think we're not going to win some jousts with that, baby? Damn right we are. All right. So I encourage you, even though lead man may be a little nerve-wracking, especially if you're doing well, you're a level 5, and you're starting to meet up and match up with 19s and 20s, then you're really doing well. You may feel a little self-conscious about saying, I'm first, I'm gonna launch, but do it. Put yourself in the fire, and take those launches, because that is a critical skill to learn. Everyone likes someone who can launch really well. Okay, so take that time, practice your launch, practice your pull off. The most important thing is making sure you pull off in the center and not see, brake, turn, boost, and not at a funny angle. Like, don't wrench your arm and go off to the side, because everyone else is holding on to you. You're first man. This is you. Good job. So if you go wonky, I'm going wonky. Okay? So practice that and just pull through. Try to pull as straight as you can. That was a little weird. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, let's see. 10 meters a second. That's your maximum. Okay? Anything 9, 8 to 10, perfect. No one's going to say a thing. Now your heads up will show 10 meters a second. Your second behind you and your third behind him, if they then pull off of each other in the same way that you pulled off that ring, they're going to be going much faster than you. That's how you win jousts. So that's kind of the gist of the launch. There's more to it, but I think for a newcomer, I think that you now have all the tools to go out and kind of explore your own workings and your own kind of launch strategies, where you want to hold on to. I will tell you that 2 and 1 are going to be the most popular, specifically because of their trajectories towards the discs. Your first launch, your first joust, will be either out of 2 or 5, whichever you and your team are comfortable with, because they have the straightest trajectory towards that center disc, which the disc will be in the middle on the first joust. And then launch tube 1 is definitely after that where you're going to be jousting from. Because see how I can see all the way down? That's where the disc is going to be, because you've launched, you've taken it, you've scored. The next joust appears on their side. And if they were to score, which they won't, but if they do, your joust happens right here. So you see, it doesn't really make sense. 4 and 5, pardon me, 3 and 4 make no sense to get up here. But anyway, I digress. Okay, that's launching. I encourage you, be the first man all the time, every time. Be the first man. That's how you're gonna learn. I really didn't get well at launching until in my 30s, at rank, not at age, because I was self-conscious about launching. I was playing with a lot of 50s by the time I was in my mid-20s, late 20s, and I was a little self-conscious, and of course these guys know better than me, so but don't do that. Get in there and immediately learn that launch and put your hand in, and as soon as the man says 1, pull right off of that thing and get out there and win some jousts. Again, I'm Equinox83 on Oculus, or you could go to discord.echo.games, pardon me. It's there in the lobby on the billboard. If you want to chat, if you have any questions, hit me up. And the next video we're going to talk about is callouts, kind of knowing where you are inside of this monstrous arena, and how to appropriately communicate that with your teammates so they know where you are. Whew. Okay, I'm gonna keep this one short. I'm not. Okay, see you guys. We'll talk about that next time.